For my group's video, I chose option 2, which was go to a local Spanish restaurant. The restaurant that I went to was Cerveceria Catalana. It served traditional Catalan tapas, and it was located in the Eixample neighborhood of Barcelona. That neighborhood is right near Plaza de Catalunya, and it has been around since 1859. Eixample translates actually to extension, and in this neighborhood it had a lot of different Catalan restaurants and options, but I chose this restaurant specifically because I found that it had the best reviews overall. When I got there, I asked my waiter for his favorite recommendations of traditional Catalan dishes, and then I tried each one that he recommended. I will go through and review each dish, and I will insert pictures and videos of the dishes. That drink was a Catalan vermouth, and I actually requested to try a Catalan wine, but my waiter knew that I wanted to try the most Catalan dishes and drinks, so he suggested I try the Catalan vermouth because it was the most traditional that the restaurant had to offer. It was my first time trying vermouth, and I would describe it as being a bit sweet while still being dry, and overall I did enjoy the drink. That dish was the codfish with honey aioli. I thought the fish itself was cooked very well. It was super tender, and then the honey aioli gave it a sweet tang that paired very nicely with the fish. That dish was the beef tenderloin, and I honestly didn't notice too much of a difference compared to the beef tenderloins I've had in the US, but it was still great nonetheless. That dish was the alagilu shrimp, which translates to garlic shrimp, and for sure it was my favorite dish while at that restaurant. The garlic paired really nice with some spice, and since we're so close to the coast, it was also very fresh. Next, we had assorted montaditos, which was essentially 4 pieces of bread with different toppings on them. One had Iberian ham, another had crab, another had salmon, and then the last one was pizza. I think my favorite was the salmon and the crab one, just because the seafood here is so fresh and it's a lot better than the seafood that I get in the US. The last tapa I got at this restaurant was the crispy camembert. It was just camembert cheese fried and then crisp on top. And then it added a special sauce that gave it some spice. And then you dip your bread in it. I thought it was very delicious and it reminded me of brie cheese. The first dessert that we tried were churros. And while churros aren't a Catalan dish specifically, they are still super popular throughout Spain. So it was a nice treat, and the chocolate that they provided was super yummy with the churros itself. That was the creme catalana, which is a classic Catalan dessert. It was super sweet and creamy, and it was the perfect end to our Catalan meal. I inserted some photos and videos that I took, as well as some photos that I found online, because I went at nighttime and I was seated outside, so I was unable to get any footage during the daytime or footage from inside the restaurant. I highly recommend going because from what I can see, the restaurant inside was very big and spacious. There was lots of different tables, and the atmosphere looked very fun. The outside atmosphere was also great. There was many different tables and heaters, and the waiters were very attentive. I will say it was super crowded because the food is so delicious. So if you want to go, you have to go beforehand and early and put your name in for the wait. But it is so worth it. The food was great, and it was awesome to try all the amazing Catalan dishes, and I will definitely go back there.